He says, Father Dewey, I believe that this is now my calling. I will continue to give up drink and only drink water, as you have taught me. But I fear that I believe that God has called me in a different path to serve Him.
Do you believe you're better than your brother? He studied with me. You studied with me. I fear that you are going on a dark path. You must come back to me before Satan tempts you, my boy.
Jesus Christ, he's not even trying to anger people anymore.
I will use Father Dewey, that I may never stray from the true path.
I'll tell you what, my boy. Why don't you just spend a month at the Abbey, sometime during the fall when you're not out campaigning, and we'll see what we can work out. Perhaps you can convince me of the righteousness of your cause.
That would be indeed an honor, Father Dewey.
All right.
You.
Yeah. So he leaves you with some sort of gospel quote, some scripture. And he starts like chasing some pages around, and he's like, and he approached on a red horse. And they're all like, no, not this story.
So Sir Adewald would like to speak with Father Dewey.
Okay, yeah, like Father Dewey is chasing the pages off, and then you approach him, and he's like, ah, yes, you're Aurelius's brother, aren't you?
Yes, Father Dewey. I studied with you over the past several years.
What was your name again?
Sir Adewald, Father.
Adewald. The Saxon, right? He claps you on the shoulder and says, I'm just making a jest with you. It's been a long year, as you might have guessed.
Indeed, Father.
A lot of people to console, a lot of God's wisdom to dispense.
Yes. Well, I come seeking some of that, Father.
Well, I have some wisdom to give you immediately, my son. You should give up your foolish anti-Saxon quest. Do not allow the likes of Sir Wolfram and the Atheling to confuse your mind. Simply be clear and pure, and do not allow anger in your heart. It is not God's way.
I understand.
Yes.
What I seek your guidance in is in this tournament. I will have the opportunity to raise many men to knighthood, and I seek your guidance on choosing those who are truly worthy from the wheat from the chaff, as you have taught me. I've observed with the fall of my brother, and then with the antics of many of the knights who claim to be Christian and then seem to take his word in order to use it for base purposes of stealing land by invoking God's judgment as a cover for duels.
There has been a number of those incidents over the last year. In increasing amounts, I fear in the coming years we shall see more of it.
Yes. I seek your guidance on how to choose knights of character who will not go down this dark path and promote a better Christian ideal.
So, he says, I am sorry, my son. I will do my best to aid you. I will attend the tournament myself. But I do not have a checklist of what would need to be done. You must simply look into each knight's heart and judge their worthiness.
I understand.
God has given you reason. You must use it yourself to determine who you believe to be of the true faith.
Very well, Father. Thank you for your guidance. And then I will walk away.
Yeah. Anyone else got anything they want to say?
Nope.
All right.
Sasha
Corin's probably in a corner counting up all of his manners.
Sasha might try to find some of the people that were made angry yesterday. If the
So it's still the same day. Like it's still like
Okay.
1 o'clock in the morning now.
So it's the same day. He'll try to ask around, see if he can find him to apologize.
Oh yeah,
on behalf of-
they're in a very obvious crowd together. All of the pagans have like shelled up together in one corner of the room. When they see you approaching, one of them steps out in the front and says, "Sir Knight, I'm afraid you are not welcome in these discussions. While you are a fellow Salisburyan, this is a matter of faith."
I'll move away in a moment. Just let me apologize first on behalf of Sir Marcus. He has his head in the clouds. He's so fervent that he doesn't seem to see reason.
So the knight like unfolds himself and starts like cracking his back and says, "Are you Sir Marcus's father?
No, I am not.
Do you speak for him now then?"
I believe I do at the moment, as is the customs I've grown up with.
Perhaps as the seneschal, you have some standing to as
Not
a
only
senior
Seneschal, but
officer.
also the most glorious among the small
Yeah,
squad,
so
I think.
yeah, he's like, "I do recognize you as a most glorious knight, Sir Sasha, but I do not believe Sir Marcus would say that you speak for him in this matter. His words in the council were quite explicit, as were Sir Aidwald's.
I
I
merely
don't
wish
think
to let you
Aidwald
know,
said anything.
Troubling things were said."
I merely wish to let you know that his views are one of few, and that there's no reason for any kind of discourse. What am I trying to say?
Make a courtesy roll.
Don't assume that you won't be viewed honorably during the tournament just because there are a few men like Sir Marcus.
So they're like, why would we be worried about being viewed? We are all already knights. We are more worried about being viewed dishonorably because of our pagan heritage.
That is what I'm saying. There's nothing dishonorable about it. Anyway, I'm sorry for disrupting you.
Make a courtesy roll.
Maybe I'll succeed this time.
Yeah. Yeah, so they look at each other and that knight says, "Very well, Sir Sasha. I will take your advice. We will..." And he looks to the other knights around him and is like, "We will do nothing for the time being, except that you will shelter us from any reprisals from Sir Marcus.
I will do as much as possible."
I trust you, Sir Sasha. I place the faith of all the pagans of Salisbury in your hands."
Oh man, oh man.
So many of the other knights are like standing up and nodding, and they're like, "Yes. Yes, I too trust Sir Sasha. He has been a good and stable member of the community over the past 5-6 years."
Just whatever it is, don't start any religious war. Though he is quite a fanatic, I believe that all men deserve to go with their own beliefs, whether it be paganism or Christianity, if that is fair. Farewell in the tournament.
So he says once again, "We're not fighting in the tournament, Sir Sasha. We're already knights."
Okay.
No.
Okay,
Your
so there's no.
sons and
So
brothers.
even though everybody's allowed, some people won't fight anyway. I mean, you could still. So it's not a tournament just for the sake of tournament.
It's
At all.
for knighthood. So you can wish their sons and brothers, fellow Saxons.
I'll redact to that then. If that's all right. I always
Yeah,
misunderstood the
yeah,
tournament.
that's fine.
I'll move on.
All right. So in the morning, the tournament takes place. A number of mysterious challengers show up in hoods and masks. And in the end, out of hundreds of competitors from all across the land, the following knights, or the following people are declared winners of the tournament. Relieving himself of his hood, A mysterious challenger, almost 7 feet tall, reveals himself to be Sir Germain the Dragon, Knight of Saxon heritage, now newly invested by the order of Countess Ellen.
But
And like as he's like, yes, I am the winner of the tournament. He looks out and is like, where is Sir Trumpet? I wish to duel him immediately with your knightly rules. He pulls out. He literally pulls a tree trunk out of the ground and is like, "This shall be my lance."
Corin literally comes up and just says, "He was poisoned at the feast."
So Germain is like, "Fuck." I was looking for a knight who could challenge me. Very well. Who is the best knight in all of the court?
This impressive speech, the pulling the tree out, and just like, oh, well, he's dead.
Yeah. So he says, who is the best knight in the court then?
I suppose that would be Sir Sasha.
Yes,
So he says, yes, I will find this Sir Sasha, and I will be back later. Perhaps we can joust together. He's got this 11-foot-long tree, so he's moving super slow with it, but he's like, yes, yes.
Designed to be the rival of Sir Trumpet.
So a number of other men-at-arms have all won acclaim, including Sir Wolfram, Sir Wolf, Sir Egbert, Sir Darwin, Pompey, Sir Manlius, Longinus, and Aquila.
Can you copy and paste that into...
I will copy and paste everybody in just a moment. The following peasants have won accord. Corso, Lilo, Woolworth, Oswald, Aelwide, Aelfric, Vetus, Julius, Agrippa, and Aelius. And finally, unsurprisingly, all three of the Knights of the Red Cross Sergeant-at-Arms have all been named knights and privately already been given manors, to which they devote most of the money towards keeping the Knights of the Red Cross open.
Oh, I was going to accept them as mine, but alright.
Yeah, they want to stay private.
Yeah.
Because you're
Pretty
crazy.
sure they're more famous than you now.
That's a good point. They are more famous than you.
Don't think so. He's 3,000.
Oh, wow.
They've been fighting for Aurelius for like 5 years now, right? They've been in a bunch of battles.
And they just got knighted.
Yeah.
True.
True. Alright, here are the following female winners. Here are the following non-Christian peasants that won. And here are the following Christians minus Germain the Dragon who won. Germain the Dragon was simply the tournament winner.
Alright, and wait. What, women were allowed in this tournament?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mela came all the way from France to compete.
It's a new age.
Christian?
No, none of the women are Christian. They're all either pagan or Roman Christian.
Roman Christian still counts.
Oh, okay.
Anosh dropped.
Then yeah, probably, I don't know. Let's say Aelin, Ethis, and Carol are all Roman Christians.
Which one's the Christian? Sorry, I missed the audio.
Where's the break off for non-Christian?
The non-Christian break is where you literally put it.
For
Carol is the last woman's name. So Aelius through Corso are all non-Christians.
And then after Corso, so Wolfram and everyone
Wolf
else
through
except
Aquila are all Christians, except for Sir Germain the Dragon, who is a Saxon.
Okay.
So Longinus, Manlius, and Pompey are all Aquila are all Roman Christians?
They are all British Christians.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the top 5 are non-Christian, sorry.
The top,
The top 6, sorry.
6 names are all women.
Okay.
Everyone from Aelius to Corso are all non-Christian men.
Okay.
And then Wolf through Aquila are all Christians, except for Sir Germain.
Okay.
So you guys can... I don't know how you guys want to handle the fantasy football draft here. But let me know who you want to take.
So I think both Adewald and Sir Marcus are going after the Christians.
So is Sir Corin. It shall belong to me.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do we want to resolve that part in email, perhaps?
That might make sense, yeah.
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 Like after the game?
Yeah, just copy them all into subsections into an email, and then we'll do a fantasy draft.
We'll fight over a fantasy draft. Yeah.
I want Sir Germain as my quarterback. Well, you see, when he was leading the 76 Saxons, he really took the line drive from Essex down to Carlton. Well, you really have to just play the field in that area. You know, sometimes you got to face down a king, sometimes you face down a banneret. Never really know what you're going to get, but without teamwork, you're going to be 3-13 in the off-season fishing.
What?
Bravo. All right.
Can we actually choose Jermaine, please?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing
You totally
No,
can.
he's not Christian.
but you can pick him.
Curses.
I don't know why.
you just-
Yeah, like nothing's stopping you from picking him. He's just not Christian.
There's my chili
I wouldn't
Christmas.
trust him, but you can pick him.
Wow, really? Listen to this Saxon racism.
I'm thinking more about the fact that he almost snuck in to kill my brother.
Well, it was mostly he was just trying to kill the Earl,
Also,
but
In fact, he just like 1 month ago, he was actually in a giant battle against us,
yeah. But now he's a knight.
leading the vanguard.
He's a knight now.
Yeah, he's a
And we're
knight.
about to get invaded by Saxons. Something to remember.
Yeah, no, since I chose slash and burn all non-Christians, I don't think I can recruit Jermaine.
Okay, all right. Then don't. I'm not gonna make you recruit Jermaine. You can leave
Yeah,
him to
Sir
Sasha.
Sasha can have Jermaine. He'll have fun.
It's Sasha and
Doesn't-
Jermaine.
Doesn't he want to beat
Sasha and
Sasha up and
Jermaine.
take all his manners?
New character will just be Jermaine the Dragon.
All right, so
That would be a change of pace for you.
yeah, so that's gonna get dealt with later. So now what?
Yeah, that's a good question. Now what? There's a notice here. War makes many widows, and many Salisbury noblewomen are now without husbands.
Does it actually say that somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of us need wives.
Any of you looking to court any noble ladies during this time?
Yes.
Yes, Sir Adewald will
I got
seek
all
to
the
court.
Nobels.
Allow me to tell you which noble ladies are currently under the proprietorship of the Countess Ellen.
Please, I must know the Nobels.
Lady Indag is available.
Again.
She's now pushing past 50. She is the richest heiress in the county. She still holds 5 manors, I believe, right? Yeah, she has 2 manors of loyal knights and 3 unto death. She is very glorious and was recently married to a war hero, so yeah.
Yeah. And I think, let's see, now her daughter, all
She didn't have
her
any daughters.
manners go to her my niece, I think.
If she doesn't marry someone, then yes.
Yeah.
She is looking for the company of a dashing young knight.
Again.
There's the Lady Iona, who is now, I believe, 19. She has silver hair. She has 2 manors. Her father, serving in Franklin, was dead. I believe she was briefly married to Aurelius before he died.
Yes.
My God, there are a lot of widows.
There is the Lady Catherine, who is seeking refuge here in Salisbury. Her father, Sir Trontios, is dead. She has no manners to offer anymore, but she will offer the loyalty of her 3 brothers, who are all Knights of the Red Cross. There is the Lady Eos. She mysteriously appeared out of nowhere 3 years ago, and has no known family. Still, marriage to her would give her husband a manor near Amesbury. She does gain quite a bit of glory every year through her charitable activities in industry and donations to the peasantry. There is the Lady Letta, who is a plain and quiet girl. Her father is dead. The cruel knight, Sir Selsbin, the Saxon knight. She has 2 manors, both of which used to have knights, both of whom also died in Earl Roderick's retinue during the infamous feast.
Mm-hmm.
And there is the Lady Kaylee, who holds no manors, but her father is a very rich merchant, and her mother was a noble, so she has quite a large dowry.
Alright, could you put those in the chat?
Yes, yes I can.
Thank you.
I have not
Wow.
adjusted Lady Iona's glory for once she married.
Aurelius.
Yeah.
No, that's the post-Aurelius glory.
Really? Okay. Oh, you're right. Yeah, she did get another 1,000.
All right.
How glorious is Lady Indeg? She's somewhere near
she's
like
gotta
a
be near the
fame.
6,000s now.
Probably about 4,000, 5,000.
She
She
was
was already
4,000 to start with.
5,000.
Oh, then she's at least 7, I think.
She's close to 6.
So she's the most glorious in
No,
the
she's past. She might. Let's see. She's at least 5. I think she's 6,000.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. All right.
So the thing is, she's already been married 3 times, so she cannot be forced to marry somebody.
Yeah. She
So,
gets to choose.
Sir Adwald, I think, will seek after Lady Elwa. She's the one who
Eloise.
was.
Are you
the
speaking with her, or are you speaking with the Countess Ellen?
So, Elwa is the one who mysteriously appeared out of nowhere and has all the charitable activity going on.
Yes.
I will ask the Lady Ellen leave to court Lady Elwa.
Okay. Let's see how that conversation goes down. So the Countess Ellen is sitting after the tournament and is like, Sir Adwald, you have something to speak to me about. I trust that your knights that you have chosen, they are to your preference?
Yes, my lady. I appreciate your wisdom in organizing this tournament. And
I believe it was at your suggestion.
Blank, blank, and blank are very good knights.
yes, I trust they will serve yourself and this realm well. I ask of you a small favor, my lady.
Oh.
In this time, I simply ask your permission to court the Lady Elwa. I know that I have heard of much of her good works and her strong character, and I wish to know her better, but I ask your permission before presuming, knowing that you...
She says, it's curious. Even though she is my ward, I do not know much about her. Yes, I do give you permission to approach her, but be very careful. Do not scare the girl off. See if you can find out where she is from. I don't know where her manor is.
Wait. What? We don't know where her manor is?
That's correct.
Wow.
But she has a manor.
She has a manor. We don't know where it is. And I will have a puzzled look, but I will be like, thank you very much, my lady.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Let's see.
if the time is available, he will seek to go make initial approaches.
Anyone else got anything they'd like to do between now and then?
Yeah.
Which one was the one who had like 2 any off knights that died?
Lady
Going
Letta,
for
I think.
I can't-
maximum.
No,
Lady
no,
Letta, indeed.
Yeah. I'd like to ask, the same thing. Trying to ask permission to court her.
Yeah, so the Countess
Okay.
Ellen sees you approach and is like, Sir Corin. I trust your manners are to your liking.
Oh yes, you are quite a gracious lord. I have,
I have many free manners, and what I really
Yes.
need is many free knights.
I will serve you to the best of my ability. I will give all I have in your name.
Excellent. Might I remind you that the city does need the wall to continue to be built in order to improve our defenses against the foul Saxons of the north.
Yes, I have did much in attempts to sustain. I have attributed all I have to building this wall.
She nods and says, yes, you do seem to have given much, and I appreciate and I believe I have rewarded you justly for your contributions.
Yes, milady.
Is
Now,
there anything
I
else
must-
you'd like to speak on?
I must ask you a favor. I wish to seek your permission to court a lady.
This is what lady has caught your fancy? The men of your family tree have traditionally been very motivated for certain ladies' assets.
Why, yes, I have seen that, but I have seen that, but I also hope to live a little longer than my predecessors. It's been like
Yeah, so she doesn't laugh. She's completely serious because you're talking about someone who died with her husband, and she's just like hollow look, and she's like,
yeah, no, that's not a joke. That's
Yeah.
I do actually hope to live longer than them because they were like 26, like max. You
Okay.
seem very amused by the fact they died so quickly.
you know, they died like knights, burn out young, die a horrible death, crapping on the toilet.
But now, may I have your permission, milady?
She says, yes, of course. I see no reason why you should not approach the Lady Letta. You should know that her father was the cruel knight Sir Salesman. She is a plain and dull woman, so do not treat her unfairly, and I will have no objection to the union if she does not.
Yes, milady. Thank you.
Okay. Sir Marcus or Sasha, any interest in seeking out a wife, or in Sasha's case, perhaps
Someone who
courtesan?
can take care of children.
Lady Ella is still trucking.
Yep.
Maybe a nanny.
The Marcus will inquire about Lady Iona and Lady Catherine.
Yeah. What about them?
But he actually doesn't know much. I don't know. He just only knows this. Is there anything that he should know about their families that he would learn generally?
I mean,
Before
you
he's-
would know Lady Iona because you, from Aurelius,
Aurelius
hanging
was
out with Aurelius.
briefly married to her
Oh yeah.
right before he died.
All right. Okay. And Lady Catherine, the Knights of the Red Cross, they have their own manners. I'm assuming, right?
They do now, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
So
So
you met her as Robert quite a few times, where she tried hitting on you. She's a very large woman who was quite brash with people, and even her promise to have her brothers serve whoever wins her hand is kind of like, yeah, my brothers will beat up anybody you want.
okay. All right. So Robert will ask Countess Ellen. He says, Lady Iona and Lady Catherine are both.
She says, if you're seeking to court a woman, perhaps you should stick with just one.
No, he asked her advice.
She says, well, then you are quite different than your brother. The Lady Iona, if you were to marry her, she is... I don't know how to say it in, like, old English times, but it would be a translation of emotionally unavailable. She is quite distressed after her latest husband died such a horrible and gruesome death so shortly after they were joined in union. She has been inconsolable and has withdrawn from society even more than she already was. She spends all her time at her manor falconing with her new gyrfalcon, Arelli.
I'm surprised it made that much of an impact.
And what of Lady Catherine?
She says, if you wish to court the Lady Catherine, I think she would be a good match for you. Yes. Maybe she could beat some sense into your thick skull.
Marcus laughs a little bit at that. He says,
She does not
understand.
laugh.
Yeah.
She looks very serious when she says it.
Would my lady grant me permission to wed...
I will grant you permission to court the Lady Catherine.
Okay. Shit, I don't know. I can't decide between Catherine and Iona.
Flip a coin.
Perhaps you should come back at a later date once you have sorted out your
I know.
hearts,
Okay, I know what to do. I was just trying to figure out.
Flip a coin.
Okay. Yeah. He's gonna be like, my lady, may I have... Lady Iona has been greatly distressed after the loss of her husband, who was such a good knight and such a good Christian knight. May I have your permission to court her, perhaps, to at least, if not receive her blessing for marriage, then at least to hopefully be able to alleviate some of her sadness.
Of course. If you hurt her, though, Sir Marcus, well, don't.
It is not in my heart to hurt a lady. Though,
so many jokes I want to make about Robert killing his wives.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He says, so, should I, then I fear that God would punish me appropriately.
All right. Okay. We're going to save those courting scenes for later, and it's just going to be a simple courtesy roll, because I've seen you guys attempt to run game.
It's terrible. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
It is somewhat disturbing. I feel super bad. So
I will try, and then do some courtesy rolls.
The lady, Countess Ellen, needs Sarame's knights to go to a certain meeting in the city of Hanton. And she asks if you would like to take up your former well, not your former positions, but the player knight's former positions as, like, Saram's independent knight service. The people they send on special missions.
Sure.
We'd be honored to serve you in such a capacity, my lady.
Okay.
We will purge the lands of all opposed us.
All right.
Wow.
So, what was the city?
She'll explain the mission in more detail. She says, make sure you bring only your closest squires and yourselves, and perhaps your war horses. You will need to get there quickly and very fast. Messengers from Hampshire, panicked with worry, have asked for help to resist a new fleet that's landed in the south. There are more Saxon knights. Along the way, you meet a number of refugees who tell you, well, my lord, there's already been a battle. The knights of Hampshire have been completely destroyed. The enemy king, then their Saxon atheling Cedric, has taken the city of Hanton. Can I go now, my lords? My lords?
Very well. You may pass.
So,
How many
all
days
right,
ago
then.
was this?
So he like turns around and walks backward. He says, "Just 2 or 3 days ago, I've seen another number of Saxons walking across the countryside with white flags waving them around. Very strange."
Is it recognized or something for what a white flag signifies?
No, I mean white flag is pretty universal.
All right, I wasn't
like
sure when it was
parlay.
universal.
Yeah, it's parlay. So, will you turn around and go home, or will you continue forward to the city of Hanton?
I think we should find out what these parlays signify so that we may report back to Lady Ellen.
The Saxons attacked, took the city, and are now waving around white flags.
Yep.
Okay.
They're singing that song from the World Cup a couple years back. You know, something about Zubilas and waving your flag. Just wave your flag. Yeah, they're waving their flag. Oh.
What did you propose, Oddweld?
I was proposing that we go forward to make contact with one of these advance parties and find out the purpose of these parlays.
I agree with that. I'm very confused right now.
Is everyone in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Or does anyone have any different thoughts on such a subject?
Nope.
Okay.
I think we're good. Yeah.